Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's me and Smokey here with you, trying a new place today that Joshua told me about that he'd wanted to go hit up for a couple years. So we made our way here to downtown. Well, not really downtown, but on the outskirts of Kennesaw to show you guys this place. I'll show you the outside first before we go in. Yes, this entire downstairs area is this win condition games buy sell trade. Game cards, anime models, no idea what we're getting into. Pokemon trading cards. Ty is already gonna hate the fact that we didn't bring him. They're open 11 to 11 every day of the week. So let's get inside and see what we can see. All right, so one of the first things that you see when you come in, they've got their own code of conduct up here. Let you guys pause or take a screenshot if you want to read all that information. But tons of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Magic the Gathering, Dragon Ball Z cards. I'm going to try to talk fairly quietly. Oh, you've got little figures for 50 cents each. These are kind of cute. I'm going to be quiet because, as you can see, they do have various different gaming groups going on. This is right when you walk in. You have a bunch of different Pokemon card sets. So probably going to have to buy one of these to bring home to Ty, because Ty is very big in Pokemon cards. I really like this London set. Okay, folks, Joshua and I just hit the mother lode because we found old games. We got some Sega Genesis stuff right here. Let's see if any of these I used to own. It's gonna be hard because it was a long time ago that I had a Sega Genesis. I think I had this Team USA basketball one. But you've got all these Genesis games down here. Hey, Ascalon, there's your Bulls versus Blazers game that I know you got. True Lies, the game. I did have this. No doubt about it, 100%. I had World Series baseball. Do remember that. You've got your Atari games. Old school, folks. Activision and Atari. Love it. Another blast from the past. You got your Sega Game Gear. I know I had a Sega Game Gear. Turning probably too fast for y'all, but over here you've got your Nintendo 64, and here you're gonna get more games that I know I had. I had All-Star Baseball 2001. I had Madden. I was a big Nintendo 64 guy. Below that, here you go. You've got your Nintendo Switch games up top. You've got your GameCube below that. So Ascalon, I know you were whining about some expensive games for the GameCube. These tend to be more reasonable. For the most part, under $30. So if you've got a place like this near you, and of course Nintendo Wii. Okay, let's look at more of these 64 games. So Madden 2002 had that. WWF Attitude had that. Let's see what else is up here. What do we have? The Pod Racer. Spent a lot of time on the Star Wars Pod Racer game. Let's see. Star Fox. I loved Star Fox. How could you not? Diddy Kong Racing. I had that one. Mario 64. Those look straight from Japan games. Pokemon. Mario Tennis. Let's see. Pokemon Snap. Shadows of the Empire. Here's some Super Nintendo games. Don't think I had any of those, honestly. And then some regular NES games. Fantastic. And all of these pretty reasonable, under $10 for the most part. If you've still got the system. I did have this Rocco's Modern Life game. I loved Rocco's Modern Life. Had NBA Hang Time. I had Mario Paint, but was not a fan. I had the Rambo game. Don't think I had the Home Alone game. I could be wrong. There's Back to the Future games. It's Back to the Future 2 and 3 for $22. Let's see here. I'm just fascinated. I love this. Okay, let's look over here. You've got buy two, get one free games over here of Xbox 360, PS3, Wii games, all throughout. Okay, we found in a case some more expensive vintage games here to show you guys. There's Resident Evil 2 for Nintendo 64, $50. Then Batman the video game for Sega Genesis over here, you can see it's $70. Zelda Majora's Mask for $65. Ocarina of Time for $120. Joshua, if I just kept my Ocarina of Time game. My gosh, Captain America and the Avengers with the manual for $30. Turtles in Time, I loved that game. $150 for Turtles in Time. I'm losing my mind, y'all. Oh my gosh, these games that I had when I was a kid. What was wrong with me? Oh, there's Donkey Kong. You can get Donkey Kong for $40 with Jumpman. Oh, and then you've got these older games. You've got Tecmo Bowl for $45. Original Pro Wrestling for $70. I know we had that one, played that one a lot. This is unbelievable. You can get the Daffy Duck and Marvin the Martian game for $80. Earthworm Jim for $220. Oh goodness. And then getting into some more recent stuff, you've got some Switch games. And look how expensive some of these are. It must just be because of how rare they are, would be my guess. My goodness. And then even more games here. All these are PlayStation 2 and original PlayStation on top. What are these? Original PlayStation, PS3. If I had a backwards compatible console, this might work out. This is giving me very, 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 very big Second and Charles vibes for those of y'all that watched our Second and Charles video when we went there. This entire thing is PS3. And behind me, Game Boy Advance and Nintendo DS. All right here. Wii galore. Sega Saturn, original Sega Genesis, more Wii games. And then the Xbox. You got Xbox One here. So I could look here because we do currently have, our Xbox One. So I'll probably look here for a minute, see what they have, see if there's anything I want to bring home for the boys to play. Then they've got your PSP down below. Then you've got original Xbox over here. I believe they're all original Xbox until the bottom where you got your PSP and your PS Vita. And then on this side, you have tons of Xbox 360 games. This entire section here, all Xbox 360. This entire section here, all Xbox 360. And then what's over here? All of these are PS4. So I'll spend some time here looking too, since we do still have a PS4. See if there's anything that the boys may want that I could bring home that they might enjoy. And then you do have a small limited collection down here of PS5 games. So, and not bad pricing for some of these PS5 games, if I'm being honest. And then you've got more PS2, filling things out over here. I just spent a ton of time looking at the various games for the PS4, the Xbox, and the Nintendo Switch, and ultimately what I decided is I'm just gonna have to bring the boys here because it's so much. I don't want to pay for something, even though it's relatively cheap, that they may not be into, or that they might actually have, because even I don't know what they've downloaded. But then I wanted to show y'all this back wall, because my children are stuffy ridiculous, both of them, and they would go nuts here. I mean, look at all the different Pokemon stuffies and Super Mario Brothers stuffies. This is absurd. This is where all of their money would go. Because look, you even have the hat from Super Mario Galaxy. I mean, goodness gracious, you've got Big Bill the Bomb. I like that Goomba pillow, that 8-bit type, and then you got the real 3D Goomba. Just an entire back wall of squishies and squishmallows. And then here beside all the games, you've got a lot of, figurines. You've got Warhammer stuff. I know a lot of folks are into Warhammer, something that I never got into. And then a wall of D&D related things. You've got dice galore. You've got figurines you could use. You have various different books, D&D related. More Warhammer related paints. And then on this side, more figures that you can put together, build, and stand. Our journey continues at a whole different location, still in Kennesaw. But we enjoyed it there. Didn't see anything that we couldn't live without, at least not at this time. So no purchases were made. But now we're at a location that we have filmed before, but Joshua's never been, so wanted to give him the experience of coming here. What am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about 2nd and Charles, right here on Barrett Parkway, probably the busiest road in Kennesaw. But lots of games, lots of not just video games, but they've got card games, they've got board games, they've got t-shirts, they've got books, they've got a little bit of everything. Gotta get this immediately coming in as well. Got a teacher special here. Buy 5, get 5 free. Used kids books, used young adult books, and a $10 in-store credit. Lots of cool artwork to hang. This would look really cute in Ty's room, as we're redoing Ty's room. Also Moon Knight. He loves Moon Knight, as we've been over. And then you have deals galore as you come in, some videos, 4 for $10, 3 for $10 on DVDs galore here. Might be able to find a decent deal here. I'm always fascinated by the shirt collection here because they're just so obscure and good. You've got a Jigsaw from Saw shirt right below the great Roddy Piper from They Live quote. Love it. More shirts. You've got Sanderson sisters from Hocus Pocus, the Cheshire Cat. You got Zero. You got John Wayne. Up at the top, you got Bigfoot. You got Karate Kid, Care Bears, Beetlejuice, some Yellowstone, Anchorman, the Fraggles. Last time I was here, they had some Ted Lasso shirts. It doesn't look like they have any Ted Lasso shirts, but I think I found a shirt I may not be able to live without. Right here, folks. Lieutenant Diane, ice cream. I may have to get that. I love this. Apparently a lot of other folks love that shirt too because it's only in medium and large. So if yours truly had already lost the weight he's hoping to lose, I could get that Lieutenant Dan shirt in a large, but alas, not yet. Well, if Ty was a little bigger, I found 2 socks for him, Swedish Fish and Funyuns. But sadly, his feet aren't that big yet. They do have Sour Patch Kids though, and we all know I love me some Sour Patch Kids. Got a whole section here of journals, and then you've got Loungefly bags, Captain America, Black Panther, Loki, Grogu. I'm guessing that's Ashoka. And then your Disney princesses. Ooh, look, I believe this is Gremlins. I like that. Sword in the Stone. Either that or the Dark Crystal. Hercules, Brave, Stitch, and the Sandcastle. And then you got Elvis Stitch, the Queen of Hearts, Alice, Belle down here, and Pinocchio. Back to the center section here, you got a whole Pokemon display. Pokemon figures, characters, and then Super Mario and Sonic behind me. Is this all Super Mario and Sonic? It is. And then behind that, games. So you got PlayStation, PS4, PS3 right here, which again, I'll look over for the boys. Xbox, more PlayStation, Nintendo, Wii, and Switch. And there's Xbox, and then even classic, older games. And then here in the middle, some more. You've got some manga, you've got some board games, books. Further back you go, they have vinyl records. Lots of games here in the middle, though. Variety of board games, card games, Funko Pops. Joshua's over here at the Magic the Gathering section. And then comic books galore. Probably gonna look in here for Chad too. They do have this TikTok made me buy it section up here at the front with books for the most part. Yours truly is not on the TikTok, so I can't speak to that very much. Hey everybody, thanks so much for coming along with Joshua and me to check out those two awesome stores. Again, Joshua had never been to either. I had never been to the first one, but we will most definitely be back. We didn't walk away with anything from either store that we absolutely had to have today, but I guarantee you in the future, we will, especially once I get the opportunity to bring the boys back out there. I know that they will go nuts at the new place, just like they did the first couple times they've been to 2nd and Charles. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like down below, as it goes a long way to help the channel. If you have any questions or comments, as always, we love interacting with you guys, so don't hesitate to leave those. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. We hope you'll stick around and become part of our community. Okay, that's it for today, guys. Until next time, what's your why?